Hello, I'm teacher Ivan, a teacher of mathematics and physics who works with the WUNNA Educational Services and also a teacher at Angel High School, Namaswa. We are here to discuss about measurements, that is O-level physics, and the senior one topic. But under measurements, we shall basically concentrate on conversion of units. How do we convert units of length from one to another, the units of area, volume, mass, time, density, speed, and temperature? So our discussion today is all about how do we convert units of these quantities from one to another. So let us start with the length. Length is defined as the distance between two fixed points. Length is measured in meters as the SI unit. However, besides meters, we also have several other units of length, which include kilometer, hectometer, decameter, centimeter, decimeter, millimeter, feet, inches, among others. And therefore, since we have very many units of length, that implies that we can be able to convert from one unit to another. So that is our target in this video. Otherwise, we shall use the formula which we normally memorize as King held your daughter Mary drank cold milk. King Henry, your daughter Mary drank cold milk. This one is a formula that helps us in converting from one unit to another when dealing with length. So that is, for instance, this one will be for kilometer, this is hectometer, this is decameter, meter, we have decimeter, we have centimeter, and millimeter. And that means that we can convert from one unit to another. We have others that are not here, units like feet, units like yards, units like inches, among others. These are the commonly used. That's why we are concentrating on this. So if I'm to convert from one unit to another among these ones, how do we do it? First of all, let us all first see how they are related. So we can get the relationship or the mathematical relationship between any of the two units. For instance, if I'm converting from kilometer to meter, I'll move from kilometer to meter, meaning that 1 kilometer is equivalent to 1,000 meters. So if I'm converting from kilometer to meter, I'll always multiply by 1,000. But still from the same relationship, I can also convert from meter to kilometer. So that if I divide by 1,000 by 1,000, I'll end up with 1 over 1,000 kilometers being equivalent to 1 meter. So meaning that if I'm converting from kilometer to meter, I will multiply by 1,000. If I'm converting from meter to kilometer, I will divide by 1,000. In simple terms, if we are converting from bigger units to smaller units, we multiply. When we are converting from smaller units to bigger units, going the other side, we shall divide. That is the trick. So we can use this formula to easily create relationships between any two units. And therefore, we can be able to convert from one to another. For instance, we can also relate maybe decimeter and millimeter. So decimeter to millimeter, I will use this. Meaning that 1 decimeter is equivalent to 100 millimeter. And therefore, 1 millimeter is equivalent to 1/100 decimeter. Still, 1 centimeter is equivalent to 10 millimeters. And therefore, 1 millimeter is equivalent to 1/10 centimeters. So that is how we can be able to convert from one unit of length to another. But as we conclude, I want us to try out these 3 numbers, and maybe you might comment with your answers. You are going to try for me this. You are going to convert. Let us have a small activity. You are going to convert from 1.5 hectometer to centimeter. So that is, we are at hectometer moving to centimeter. So you can now relate and see the equivalence. You are also going to convert 225 decimeters to kilometers. Yes, now we are moving from decimeter, which is a smaller unit, going into kilometers. So we can tell what the equivalence of 1 decimeter in terms of kilometer using that formula. Lastly, you are going to try for me. This is 1 exponent 3 millimeters to decameters. Yes, now we are bringing another trick of scientific notation. Hope you can express this, and then you can change from millimeter to decameter. Otherwise, that has been our lesson where we have been looking at how we convert units of length. Then you also make some research on the instruments for measuring length and where we apply these instruments. The instrument that we use to measure the length of the book is not the same instrument we shall use when measuring the length of a football pitch. So please, make a simple research on that. Otherwise, I'm teacher Ivan from WUNNA Educational Services. I hope to see you when you join and subscribe to our platforms and channels. Thank you. Meet you next time.